Welcome to the Men of Water podcast. My name is Corey, your host, and I'm laughing because this is like my third take on this one. I'm so tired. I've been working, but I know I need to do this before I finish work and go home and sleep. But yeah, well, so we've done, this is day 5 or session 5 of making a consultancy business. And basically we've gone through like the structure of what you need to do in order to get a customer, and the process of you getting the customer is actually the process that you would implement to your customer in order to get more customers, and then they'll pay you big bucks basically. And this is pretty much the presentation I made for the company I ended up saying no to. They offered me £40,000 for 6 months, which I ended up turning down. It wasn't life-changing money, and pretty much I was swapping the job I'm doing now to another job that's going to be taking me 60 hours a week pretty much, and that's not for me. I'm really looking for something that is going to be sustainable, but at the same time it gives me as much freedom as possible. I mean, like total freedom, so that I've got so much time with my family and everything else. So the last bit that we're going to be talking about is how you distribute your message, because we talked about your messaging, the stories that you have to tell and everything else, and distribution has to go into publishing. So your mission is for you to start publishing, and this is very difficult for many people, because when you tell them to publish, they're quite happy to do a Instagram post or a Facebook post, but there's nothing quite like actually finding your voice and being able to speak on Facebook Live, on a video, or or like I'm doing now on audio, or writing. So I think you can write, but starting to write blogs is a good way. If you've got a blog, do some blog posts. So I think each and everybody is going to have something that they're most comfortable with. For me, I tend to do voice, because it's easier to do. So I just sit in my car and then press record, and then I start talking. Whereas doing the video, there's a lot, I was doing videos before and the quality wasn't that great. I'd not quite got to the advanced level in terms of knowledge as I am now. But also it's just the time, editing, and I didn't do editing. I was just doing it as raw as I'm doing it right now, and it just wasn't like really great content. I think the content was great, but it wasn't presented very well. So, and the certain rules when you're doing videos, you have to capture that person within about 3 seconds. So there's a lot of other things that go into play into it. So each channel that you choose, or whatever channel you choose, you have to be able to be consistent, and that's the main thing that within. So like with this podcast, I've been pretty much consistent. It's only like this week was the first time I've gone for 2 days without actually posting, but I've sort of made it up in one day, so it's absolutely insane. But you have to start publishing, and this is where I go and I speak about the thing that I think my market is struggling with. At the same time, I'm working on my stories and things that are happening. So there's some of the episodes that, if you look back, I'm actually speaking to the market, and I'm speaking to the thing. And then when I speak to the market, I look at the analytics of the podcasts, and it tells me who's listening, where they're listening from, and what content they like. So there's some content that I think, oh my God, this is going to be so amazing, and literally there's only 2 people that have played the thing. And then there's one that I somebody says something on Instagram, I answer them, and then the engagement is outrageous. So I find the ones that I'm answering questions from Instagram are quite engaging, because I guess if one person's got the problem, everybody else is probably got a similar problem, and I'm just the one that's the mouthpiece to highlight the problem to everyone. So your mission, and this last one is to start publishing. So you've gone out and started your business and called your shot how much you want to make, what you want to achieve, and then you've gone out and then started researching the market and seeing what everybody else is doing. What are the buyers doing? What are the sellers doing? How are they selling the thing? And then you're looking for that gap. What is the gap? What is the thing that is missing? And then you then started creating the blue ocean. So that with the gap that you saw, you now have decided to go and then implement on that gap that you found. So whatever it is, the thing that you find that is what the market needs, you go, and then day 4 you're going to be now categorizing that problem. So because usually it's a problem, that gap. So that gap is usually a problem. You categorize that problems, so you are dealing with the most expensive one. Again, I gave you that example of if you go to a business owner and you want to clean his toilet, you're not going to be as highly paid because he can find anyone to clean the toilet. But to get him customers, he can't just get anyone. He needs a skilled person like you. So you now know what to do. So in terms of getting those customers, you know what it takes to get customers because you know how to tell stories. So we talked about stories and how you sort of lay out a story and the reason why stories are so important. So now your mission is to go and publish, and what you're publishing is definitely just hitting at the pain points, especially the problems that you saw. So you're talking about them and trying to solve them as you speak about them, and those are the things that give you an indicator on whether the market is ready to receive on the thing that you're offering. At the same time, you also tells you where you can alter your message in order to speak to them as well. So they will start telling you what they want, and then you then have the capacity to give them what they want. So it's so important to publish. If you're not publishing, I'll put it this way: if you publish every single day for a whole year, you'll definitely be significantly wealthy, because publishing that's how important it is. It's a distribution. It's a way of distributing your information, and if you can distribute it to a large group of people, then you will find out a way of serving them. And when you do serve them, because it's your time, they will pay you for your time, and you'll be successful. So it's a overview and very condensed view. I think there's a few things that I left out, which I really need to have to show you via video to actually explain it. So I think this offer creation, and this is where you actually create a thing that you're going to sell, and then how you structure it, and then how you present it. And so there's stuff like that I actually need to be teaching you as I show you. So if you really want to go even more deeper than this, I want you to go on to the Men of Honor Facebook group. You join the Men of Honor Facebook group, and then you say, I want to learn offer creation. So if you mention that you want to learn offer creation, then I will do a live where I can actually show you my screen and show you what you do in order to create your offer, because it still goes through the same principles of you need to look at the red ocean, and then you create a blue ocean, and then your offer and tends to be the things that are the missing things within that red ocean. So then when you structure them in a certain way, then that's how you're gonna be presenting it to your market, and then getting them all wowed, because they're like, oh my god, that's the thing that I've been wanting all this time. These are the things that I've been missing in my life. So I know you're now presenting them, and because you're not just presenting them and saying these are the bonuses and features, you're telling them a story. You're actually going to guide them on how you can get them the offer. So, and you're going to amplify the value of that offer, because you now know how to tell stories. When you tell stories, it amplifies the value of the offer. So this is the last and final, number 5. So I did say I was going to do 5 sessions, and for you guys that have taken something from this, hopefully you've been implementing every single mission. The main thing is that it's an overview. Like I did say, it's going to be an overview. Some of this stuff you can actually implement and actually be making significant cash. But in order to deep dive and go deeper, I would like for you guys to go to the Men of Honor Facebook group, and over there I can go through the same process, but this time through video. You'll be able to get better content. In fact, when you start seeing the stuff I'm trying to say, it will make you understand it a lot better and actually get you implementing and also as well. So for those guys that are still a bit nervous and find it a little bit challenging, it's okay. Just go through the content again, and hopefully you can find something that will just trigger that you to act and do something about it. Because we're now getting into 2021, and I've called my shot. 2021 is the year I make $1 million. Well, like I said, I've called my shot, and I feel a little bit funny sometimes. So it means that there's that old feeling of unresolved feelings with money is probably still lingering there. So and I only justify that. Oh no, so I shouldn't need to justify that I want to make $1 million, and for whatever reason, if I don't make it, it shouldn't be a big deal either. So it's going to be quite interesting, and I don't want to do it by myself. I want to take you guys along with me. So the next thing I might publish is actually going to be the actual process. So me starting from zero, complete nothing, and then what I'm doing to build the product, and what I'm layering, and how I'm going to start speaking to the market, and then I'll be just documenting the whole journey, and then hopefully we can all go together and see how I've made the $1 million. So it can be something that we can repeat one, but also somebody can actually follow the same steps and plug it into their life and do the same. Because this is my goal. I want to create a group of leaders that are wealthy, and for me it's quite extraordinary when you think about it, that if we can, out of this Facebook group, if we can make 100 million millionaires, that's people that are pulling in a whole lot of cash. And when you see the ministers in this country stopping kids from getting food, it pains me. And I know that if we had 100 millionaires, we could all put money together and actually start feeding the nation. And that's something that I would want to be a part of, and be involved in, because we will be able to have the capacity to make money and cause money to be falling on our laps and making a difference in this world, not just in the UK, but all over the world. Kids that are starving, that are not going to school, and everything else. So this is what we're doing this for. It's not just to fill our pockets so we can buy nice cars and everything. Not that I'm against it. Personally, if I get $1 million, I am buying a nice car, and I'm going to be doing all the boyish stuff or manish stuff, buy a car and play golf and get some golf clubs and stuff like that. I will live up. I will definitely spend it in a way that will make me feel happy rather than important. I'm not looking for importance, just happy. Buy a nice set of golf clubs and stuff like that. So stuff that you normally dream about doing that you sort of not do right now because you're constrained with financial constraints. So without going rambling on, I feel like I'm just rambling on because I'm tired, but hopefully this has been something that has been helpful. Again, today's mission is for you to publish, so you need to choose. I use a app called Anchor, so it's Anchor. I can't even spell it right now, and that's where I've downloaded the app, and it's easy to set up. And once you set it up, what it does is that you just press record, and then you just speak into your phone, and then you just put in the information, then you publish. And literally, it's so easy because I can do this in my car when I'm out and about. I can publish consistently. I'm looking to start going into video, so The video will be definitely the road to 1 million. So it's going to be just me documenting my journey. So pretty much every day, every week, so I'll be just creating content. There's a guy that I was speaking to, is trying to find out if he can do some editing. So I would like for him just to edit and put it onto YouTube, and then eventually the raw footage will condense it into like a documentary of some sort, and then hopefully again just creating products as I go along as well. So that's something that in a future date will either sell or be part of a bonus. It's again, this is why it's important to and again, you're not, when you're creating the content, you're not creating content only to answer questions. You're actually documenting your journey. That's why it's important. This Men of Honor group, there's an inner circle, so it's a group of guys that are together, but I stand in as the guy who's publishing, and I have to be on this journey and putting myself in the journey. So I'm like the Lightning McQueen, even though there's other characters in the group. I'm the Lightning McQueen, not the sort of the main actor, but not the main person. So it becomes important for you to publish, and don't try and create. Just document your journey. It makes it so much easier when I can talk about my life and talk about what's happening in my life, what's happening with my business, what's happening with my family, and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I'm just got content every single day, because I'm not trying to create anything. I'm just documenting my own journey. So thank you very much, guys, for listening, and I hope you've got so much value from this series. Thank you.